Well, hello everybody. My name is Lindsay, and today I wanted to share with you decluttering my to-do list. And in this video, I get a lot of stuff done that's just been weighing on me, and it's just been so crazy. January, I've had so many goals that I want to get done, and I'm just so excited to be able to share some of them, crossing some of these things off of my list with you guys. Hopefully, you are pulling out your to-do list, whether it's dishes, laundry, or painting cabinets, the insides of these cabinets with me. Let's get things done today. So, this first thing, I'm just doing the last coat. In my video, I did a video a couple like a week ago. I don't know when it was, honestly. But I did a video a while ago where I painted my cabinets on the inside just as something that I needed to get done. And I wasn't done with them, like they needed another coat. They were not quite there yet. I think I did 2 coats before I started filming this video. And it just feels better now that it's done. I think there's a couple things, like couple places I need to touch up, but I'm not that worried about that right now. I'm more focused on trying to get the outsides of the cabinets finished as well, but the insides are mostly done. I also did end up putting contact paper on all the shelves. I don't show that in the video, but it does look pretty cute. So you'll see that probably later when I decide to actually do it. When I actually decide to paint the actual cabinets, you'll probably see the insides of them at some point. But in this part, I am just adding little trim pieces. They're like, I don't know, they're like little edge pieces, but I was just adding them into the gap in the cabinet because it was driving me crazy that there was just like this ½ inch gap. No, it was probably more like a ½ inch gap. And so I just threw these little trim pieces in there to fill it in, and they like fit flush in there. And then I siliconed around it a little bit. I didn't glue it or nail it because I was just like, it's probably fine. I might go around with the nail gun when I have it and just kind of nail those in really quick, but I don't know, we'll see. But these cabinets have been a work in progress, a long time coming, and they're just starting to come together. But all I did for this one is just a little coat of paint and just trying to touch things up and finish little tidbits. Speaking of cabinets, though, this is a cabinet that I got from when we purchased a bunch of old cabinets from someone's basement. So we got like a bunch of cabinets that I reused for our kitchen, and we got them for about $75. They were like 1970s cabinets. This one in particular, though, was such high quality. It was like real wood, and it had a beautiful door on it with like a beautiful, I don't know, like I could have kept it as like a little chest with the door, but I didn't want a door on it because I liked the way it looked as like a bookcase because the shelves were like perfectly um I don't know, it looked like a bookcase to me. And so I decided that I was gonna like kind of refinish it a little bit and then put it in Dan's room. And I don't know, I just was like, well, I don't want to like stain it because I don't want to do that. And I like the way that things look when they're painted. Um, so I decided to do a whitewash on it. And as you'll see in a minute, I don't just do a whitewash on it, but this is the first time I've ever done a whitewash, so I was just like, okay, I'm gonna try it. It has a lot of imperfections, like on the side, the finish was like coming off on the top, so I just kind of tried to sand it and blend it in. It wasn't great, but it's okay because it's just a little cabinet I put in Dan's room, a little bookshelf I'm putting in Dan's room. So I just thought it was nice quality. It felt really sturdy so that all of Dan's books could fit on there. And then if he like tries to climb it, because he's a 2-year-old little boy, that it won't just break with him standing on it. So, I thought it was cute. He came in to help me kind of wipe off all of the sand, the dust that I created by sanding it. And then I just, yeah, just I had to wipe it down quite a bit, more than I thought I would, because there was a lot of sand. I just did like a scuff sanding for the most part, so it felt like a lot, but Dan was definitely there with me most of the time while I was doing this, which I don't know if I'd recommend, but he definitely enjoyed being there, so it's okay. It's fine. So this first coat, I started to put it on there, and then I realized that my paint was too thick, so I had to keep adding water. So like I did like a 50-50, and then I realized I needed to do like 75-25, like 25% paint, 75% water for what I wanted. The look I wanted was more of like a, I don't know, I didn't want it to be like mostly white, but then I did this and then I didn't like it. So you'll see I add an extra layer of like another wash to it, but I didn't just do white because I realized I didn't want it to just be white. I felt like white was just kind of boring. I like white stuff. I like white furniture and things. I just felt like this in particular needed a little extra. Oh, here's Dan with the little paintbrush trying to help me out. He's just a cutie. He was supposed to be watching his show while I was doing this, but you know, you can never contain little kids when there's paint around. It's just too much fun. And so, yeah, so here I am finishing up the white paint, just trying to get that done while Dan is watching his show and occupied. And then this is like before me and him went and got like groceries and a few other things, I think. So we did a couple things that day. Oh, it was kind of a crazy day. I don't remember much from it, to be honest, other than painting this cabinet and like making dinner. And like, I mean, that's my life. I just kind of do random projects and make dinner. So I don't know. What's your life like? What do you do all day? I just make dinner and watch this little 2-year-old grow up, and it's amazing and sad all at the same time. He is gonna be 3 soon. I don't know. Okay, so that's what it looked like after I finished with the whitewash. And then I decided to come in with like this creamy taupey color and then do a wash of that. So I did a wash, like a taupe wash over the top of the whitewash, and it came out this like kind of like beigey grayish color at the end, and I really liked it in the end. It looks really cute in his room. You'll see how it looks at the end. But it just, I don't know. It was hard to like look at it. I was like, I don't like this. I was like, I kind of went about my day, did what I needed to do that day, and then I came home, I looked at it, and I'm like, I don't like this. So I had put away all of the paints and everything, I had thrown away my little garbage bag that I had been painting on, and so I had to grab another one and just be like, okay, I'm gonna do another coat because I just felt like it needed something else other than just the white. I don't know, guys. It's just, oh, I am not perfect at this kind of stuff. Also, Dan coming in and touching the paint is giving me anxiety while I'm watching it. It's fine. I don't think he got anything on his clothes. I think he was just touching the side I hadn't done. He did touch the top once, but I think he regretted it and then didn't do it again. So it's fine. I hadn't done that side yet, so at least there's that. But yeah, just coming in and doing this little whitewash and then the grayish, taupey color wash. I think it was cute. I think it like adds dimension. There's like the 3 different colors. You can still see the wood through it all. Not amazingly, obviously, because there's 2 coats of paint on top, and they're not full coats of paint. They're like a really, really, really thin coat of paint. That's you have to be very light-handed with a wash, and I did not realize that until I was doing it. But see, there, I'm finally doing that side. But yeah, you have to use a lot less paint than you think, and I had to go back for a little bit more paint because when I did the second coat, I was like, I don't need very much paint, but I had to go back for just like a little bit more because you run out when you're like, I'm just gonna do a tiny little bit. But I had like all these paint samples from when I was looking for the color for my walls, and so I just had this color, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna throw this on there and see if it looks good. If not, I can sand it down and or paint over it with white only, and it'll just be a solid white cabinet, and that would be fine too. But I liked the way that this looked in the end. I think it matches my house and it matches his room. It is sitting in his closet though. I think you'll see that in just a second. But it is sitting in his closet with his books on it now, and he was loving it being in the hallway. Like, it dried and then it was just sitting in the hallway before I put all his books on it. He was like throwing all his toys on there. And so he likes the cabinet. He was a little sad when I put it in his closet because he didn't see me put it in there, but he was sad when I had put it in there and he didn't know that I was going to do that. Anyway, man, there's a lot of footage of me painting this cabinet. I didn't realize how much of it there is. It did take a minute, and it's kind of funny how long just like a quick coat of paint is supposed to take, but that's the way it looks now, and I think it looks cute with all his books on it. I do plan on finishing the cabinet, the little like cube shelf next to it, so that's not the way that that's finished look is, but it's okay. I'm not that worried about that. And then I was just like, you know what, I have a little bit of time. I'm gonna tape off the hood range. I thought I was going to be painting the cabinets in this video, at least like starting, like priming them. I haven't mustered up enough like energy, or I don't know. It's not just energy. It's like I haven't mustered up the want to do it, like the motivation. So instead, we decided to focus on the hallway. So before I had pulled out my camera, Devin had pulled out all of the flooring in the hallway. And it's because what sorry, I guess I got a frog in my throat, so I had to pause the video and clear out my throat. So before I'm like losing my voice. I'm sorry, guys. So before we pulled out all of the flooring from the hallway, and not all of it, just like part of it, when we first did this hallway, we were just kind of done with flooring, like mentally, emotionally, and so we did not cut around the trim very well. And so I was like, you know what? I think we just need to pull it out and cut the trim itself, like the molding around the doorways, and cut those down just a little bit so that we can get the flooring in there and not have to cut it so much, like not have to do like the go along with the way that the trim around the doorways looks, because it's like I don't know, it has like a wave in it. And so I was just like, we're just going to cut those down so that the flooring slides underneath it. And then we also needed to cut this little piece out of Dan's like subflooring, because his room used to be where the kitchen was. And so we had like extra subflooring under there. I think they had to do that for the kitchen when they like put the kitchen into his room. They had to add a little extra subflooring and make it so that the cabinets wouldn't like fall through. Maybe it needed like extra sturdiness. I don't know. I truly don't know what it was, why they did this, but we needed to kind of just like trim out just a little piece so that the hallway would look better. The doorway would look better. It was like 2 inches past the middle of the doorway. So we were just like, okay, we're just going to cut that out. And then since we're already doing the floor, we'll just like kind of fix the flooring. And so Devin pulled that out for me, and he's such a sweetheart for doing all that. He really doesn't have a lot of time to like help with house projects because he is going to school right now. He's going to school for IT. He's doing like a technical college, but he's going for IT stuff. He's close to being done. We're hoping that he'll be done way before the baby gets here. I think he's got like a month and a half left of classes and stuff. So we shall see. He's got like a couple options he can do. He can either be done and like not learn anything new like soon. He could be done soon and not learn anything new, or he could get another certification and then like it would be better for future. So he'll probably do that as my guess, but I don't really know. He's trying to figure it out because he's getting kind of burnt out, and I get it. So the reason why we never like finished the trim around the house was because of this hallway. We were using this hallway as an excuse because we still needed to redo all of the flooring in this hallway. So finally getting to that was such a, it felt so good to finally get this checked off the list. it's crazy how long it takes to just get little jobs. I mean, this was kind of bigger, but still, it's not like a huge job. Also, Dan had laid out all of the flooring pieces like that. He was just like, I'm putting the flooring down, Mom. It was so cute. And so I had the piece that laid underneath here, and it had like the piece cut out for the trim around the door, but it fit really nice, even like with us having cut out the door, like the cut off the bottom of the door trim. It fit a lot nicer, I think, because it was able to go in just a little bit more, and then it went right underneath the door, just the trim piece. And I don't know, it just looked nicer. So I was like, I'm not going to cut that piece. Might as well not have to cut an extra piece. And so I just kind of threw this like layer. No, what is it? The row, I guess, this row of flooring in because it was already cut, ready to go. I just needed to like relay them. And so, yeah, I did that really quick. And then going on to the next one, I was like, there's a lot of pieces that I really don't have to cut a ton. I just need to like cut little bits off of them, some of them, and then some of them I had to completely cut a new piece, but it really wasn't like a big deal. Like this one, I had to cut a little bit off of it so it would go underneath the floorboard um, instead of just sitting next to it. And then since I did that, I was like, okay, now the flooring's really messy. It has all of this stuff all over. So I did vacuum a little bit, and then I came in with a new piece of wood. That was the old one that sat there, but it like came out too far from the wall because we cut that little end off of the other side. So I just kind of traced around, but with the new measurement, and then I cut it really quick. It really was very easy. Um, I just used a jigsaw in my kitchen and it made a big mess, but it's all good. And then it fit pretty perfectly. Did I have to trim it a little bit? Maybe. I don't remember. I guess we'll see in a second. But nope, I didn't. It fit. I would think I was able to like squish it in there. And then these next 3 rows went in really easy because they just had the pieces already. And then there was like 1 row that I had to recut a couple pieces. Well, no, just one piece. This last row you'll see. I had to recut one piece and I have no idea why. But I was like, well, I'll cut it. It's fine. So yeah, I just kind of threw those in to see, and it needed this last piece just needed to be cut just a smidge. So I went and cut that really quick and threw them back in. And then this last part of the hallway was kind of hard to deal with, just because we had to cut 2 whole new pieces right there. But I had to do it in 2 little pieces like that one. I cut it, had to go recut it. It fit, so it was good. But I wanted it to fit flush with the doorway so I wouldn't have to do 2 trim pieces, like 2 doorway trim pieces at the same time for one piece, just because I knew it was going to be hard to get it in there because of like the wall and everything and trying to fit it in there. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to make it really easy on myself and just try and fit it in there. And I had to do a lot of jimmy rigging, try and do a lot of, I did a lot of cuts. Like I got up like 4 times just to cut it again and just give it a little bit of extra wiggle room, basically. And so I finally got it in there. And then Devin came home and he was able to do this last piece. And I was like, sorry, honey, you had to do the hardest piece. So it took a minute for him to get it in there. He had to kind of do the same thing I did, where he just kind of kept trying to pry it in there, but also like, I don't know, cutting extra little leeway pieces. But this is what it looks like at the end. Yes, we still need to put the molding around the edges, around the door, like the walls and stuff, but oh, it feels so much better knowing that that little bit is done, and just having it done is magic. So, yeah.
Hi. Is that your measuring tape?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what are you gonna go measure?
The wall. I cut it.
Good job.
I still measure this, but
Okay.
what's the size?
What letter is it? What number is it?
4,
Mm-hmm.
3, 5. 5.
Good job.
And 1.
Okay, go measure your draft bike.
Okay. Let's go. 14.5 day.
14.5 today.
Yeah.
Okay,
I did it.
good job.
This is the fridge.
It is the fridge.
This fridge is big. I don't lift it up.
You can't lift it up.
It's still heavy.
It is pretty heavy.
He just cracks me up. Oh, guys, this had been on my to-do list forever. Just taking down the shower curtain to wash it. Why is that so hard to do? I mean, obviously you have to like get in the shower every day, so like the only time you think about it is when you get in the shower. Anyway, so I threw that in the wash, and then I actually later that day I started on the just cleaning, not cleaning, sorry, putting the molding in the corner in the kitchen, the spot in my house where the molding drives me the craziest. I don't know what it is, but the fact that it's like green on the bottom on the walls was really annoying to me. So I don't know, I've just been slowly like working on the little projects around the house. So I've been trying to get little things done. And so, yeah, little things are getting done in my house. It's great fun and it feels really good. And I'm just using the old trim from around the house just so it matches, but also to save money. We saved it all. It's just down in our garage. And so it does take a minute to get it to be clean and ready to be put up, but it works out just fine. It does have some like scuffs and like the silicone has ripped off some of the finish, and it's all good. It's fine. I did use a uh what is it? The saw, not a jigsaw. What is that? I don't know. I used that saw, miter saw, thank you, a miter box. I I used a miter saw for just cutting this little corner because I was like, I'm just gonna get this done while Devin's at work, just to kind of get the momentum started for the trim because I think I'm just gonna have to do it in little doses because I don't have the means or the energy or I don't have a lot of time to work on the molding around the house. So I'm gonna probably have to just do like little spurts. Like maybe I'll do the hallway one day, maybe I'll do by the front door one day, the dining room one day, and then the living room is gonna be a big one, and Dan's room is gonna be a big one. But um, I definitely will probably try and get Devin to cut the pieces for me next time because it was a pain in the butt to cut them with the miter saw. But I did get them cut. There was only 4 pieces, so it really wasn't a big deal. Um, but then I just pulled out the extra trim paint that we had left over from when we painted the entire upper floor and all of the rooms and everything that we've painted so far. I do plan on just painting my entire house probably this color. And like the trim is solid opal, I believe that's the color. And then the walls are crisp linen and they're both by Behr and they're beautiful colors and I really love the wall color and the trim and everything, and I like the contrast of it because it's not like a huge contrast, but you can definitely tell like it's cream on a white, and it's kind of a creamier white too, so it's just a really pretty white. Um, but yeah. So I had like a half a gallon of paint in the trim, so I'm hoping that that's enough for all of the trim when we finally like get it all up. But I mean, I can go get another pint or whatever of the color, and it will be so nice when it's all done. But I need to do it. I need to keep going and get these little jobs done. And I still have a lot of things left on the list that I was planning to get done for January, but I ended up being a lot more tired this month. I am pregnant, so I mean, yeah. But I still have like goals. Like I want to do the trim on the main level, and I think like I already said, I think I'm gonna need to do that in spurts, little spurts. I do need to finish Dan's doorway, where like we started on it. I have put like some work into it, but it just takes time. I finished Dan's bookcase and I finished redoing well, I didn't necessarily, only me, but we finished redoing the flooring in the hallway, which was a big one. I want to hang I have like these book ledges I think I want to hang in Dan's room, but I haven't decided where I want to put them. So I don't know. Oh, we turned on the the we turned on the thing and the dogs kind of went crazy. So they were enjoying not being around, but they have a hard time being not right next to us. So Devin grabbed the nail gun and started just plowing away at these. We've borrowed a lot of tools. We don't own all of these tools. Devin had to go borrow the air compressor and the nail gun from his parents, but it's okay. I don't remember what I was saying. One second, I might have to go back and listen to what I was saying. So when I turned on the air compressor, I was just saying basically like, I have these book ledges for Dan's room. I haven't decided where I want to put them yet, but I'm gonna have to figure that out. So I went in with some wood putty and just filled in the little holes where the nails are. Um, I had started to paint it and I'm like, I probably need to fill in those holes. It looks kind of funny. It has like little tiny holes in it. So I was like, yeah, I'll just throw a bit of wood putty on top and it'll be fine. And it looks great. It looks fine. You can't even tell that there's the wood putty there, so it's good, which it looks better than the nails having the paint inside the holes anyway. But yeah, so I want to do the book ledges in Dan's room, and then I was gonna try and paint the cabinets in the kitchen. I definitely didn't finish that project, but I did touch up the lower cabinets, which was a big thing weighing on my mind, and obviously the upper cabinets weigh on my mind. It's such a big project that I can't even fathom doing it. It took me a long time just to touch up the bottom cabinets. Can you imagine how long it's going to take me to finish the upper cabinets? I am starting to feel like I'm nesting a little bit though, so I think that that's going to help. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to get little projects done because I know that when the baby comes, I will not have time for this kind of stuff. I am going to be just like trying to keep my head above water once the baby gets here. And we're so excited for him to come. But yeah. I did do the transition pieces for the stairs right there and then the pantry in the kitchen. I need to get more transition board for the hallway that we just finished, but I think I'm waiting to do the trim in the hallway and then we'll get the transition pieces. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's all good. Um, but yeah, just painting around, trying to make it look a little bit nicer on these little tiny trim pieces and just getting these little jobs done feels really good. I don't know, like what are you working on this month or this week? What are you trying to get done before the end of the month? I mean, there's only like 3 more days this month, so there's not a lot of time to do it, but there's a whole year ahead of us. There's a whole month ahead of us. There's a whole week ahead of us. Just try and get one job done, I guess, off your list. And if you do that, you can look at that job in satisfaction and be like, I did that and I am awesome. So I decided that I needed to do a load of dishes. They were just kind of getting out of hand. Um, I had a dinner with my cousin and my friend, and there was dishes still from the night before that I hadn't gotten to, and just because I'd been working on other things, I'd been focused on other things, I'd been tired. Like I've been so tired this pregnancy, and I'm just trying to kind of get past that, trying to work my way through it. I don't know if I can, but trying to. And so just getting these little things done is helpful and all of that fun stuff. But yeah, it felt good to get the little bit of trim in that kitchen done because that was the most annoying trim in the house. To me, like not being finished right there made me so annoyed. I don't know what it is. It's kind of funny that it's like that one little corner annoys me more than like the entire hallway and the entire living room, but it was probably the most exposed. It is the one I see the most out of all the other spaces, and it was like there was like this green paint way at the bottom behind the old trim that was there, and I don't know. It's like the one spot that I see all the time. So I was like, okay, let's get this done. The next spaces, I'm just gonna keep chugging. A lot of them are like hidden behind curtains and couches and things, so it wasn't like it didn't drive me crazy, but doesn't that look so good behind me? That one little piece of trim, it looks so good behind my preggy belly. Anyway, but yeah, it felt good to get a load of dishes done, and I feel like dishes are always just kind of needing to be done. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Obviously, that's just the way life is. We just we eat, we make dishes, and then we have to continue to wash them. So I just kind of scrub off the excess food and then throw them into the dishwasher. I don't like super rinse them unless like I do add water to them sometimes because it needs like a little bit of excess water to scrub at it because it's been sitting in the sink for 2 days. But but yeah, it's good. And I wasn't able to finish all the dishes and that's fine. It's not a big deal. Do what you can. I did what I could and I feel so much better for it. So just scrubbing at the little bits. But I don't know, guys. I am still trying to just get on top of my nemesis, which is dishes. And my I thought like I used to hate laundry too. I've noticed that I get really good either at dishes or at laundry. I'm never good at them at the same time. And I don't know what that is. I think I just like I'm on top of one because it's been driving me crazy for so long. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be on top of this. And then I don't stay on top of it after a minute because the other one gets out of hand and I have to go tackle that one. But it's okay. It's all good because, we live in this house and it can't be perfect and that's okay. It's just little bits of progress every day that makes our house just a little bit better. And I feel really good knowing that my dishes were mostly done and the little projects I was able to get done, the hallway and the trim in the kitchen and the painting cabinets and the cabinet or the bookshelf for Dan's room and all these little things that have been weighing on my mind. And there's just a couple more things that I wasn't able to get done this month, and that's okay. And I've got all of next month as well. And I've also got 3 more days this month. So we'll see. We'll see if we get anything else done. But I'm not that worried about it because there's always tomorrow. And I, you know, we can keep going. And even if we didn't do as good as we thought we were going to do today, we have tomorrow. We have the rest of today. And just keep going. Do what you can. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.